confident. That's why they call me Mr. Wonderful. I want all you 8-to-5ers out there, listen up really good. All you Ronnie Garvin fans out there, listen up really good. Because Mr. Wonderful is the master of the Piledriver. You know, Ronnie Garvin, I stuck you one time without Piledriver. And you know, everything that goes on around Smoky Mac and wrestling has got to come through Mr. Wonderful. And you know something, Ronnie Garvin? You're not man enough. You look at the magazines today and you see all the top names up there nowadays. Look at Andre the Giant, Hulk Hogan, all these big names, and Mr. Wonderful has pile-driven every one of them, and every one of them are 6 inches to a foot smaller. So Ronnie Garvin, I'm going to tell you this right now. All you 8-to-5ers, listen up really good out there. All you rednecks, all you fat old ladies, I want you all to listen up. Ronnie Garvin ain't got a chance because he's in with the ultimate wrestler of professional wrestling today. Mr. Wonderful, the ruler of the Piledriver and the ruler of Smoky Mountain Wrestling.
Again, ladies and gentlemen, this is a special Piledriver match. To win, a wrestler must execute the Piledriver hold. Now, making his way towards ringside, he hails from the city of Atlanta, Georgia, weighing in tonight at 250 pounds. Here is Mr. Wonderful, Paul Orndorff. His opponent, making his way down towards ringside, he's weighing in tonight at 235 pounds, hailing from the city of Atlanta, Georgia. Let's give a warm Johnson City welcome to the Hands of Stone, Ronnie Garvin.
Phil, I'm going to make 2 comments. One, you know, no music, no frills. These
Let me tell you something now, Ronnie Garvin. You may have all these 8-to-5ers, all these rednecks here behind you, but you know something? You shut your mouth. That ain't gonna make a bit of difference. Because when I pile-drive you and I stick your head through that mat, you're gonna be straightened out of here, my man. You get bank on it.
Well, he's very emphatic about that. He says that you'll give him a lot to think about as he worries about that Piledriver.
Rednecks. Well, I'm gonna tell you, Jack, I feel like I'm one. I'm a redneck and I'm gonna kick your booty. Get in there.
Ronnie Garvin, one-man gang, Hands of Stone, whatever you want to call him, a mean mother.
And you know, Les, this will be, as you pointed out a lot of times before in the past, a main event in anybody's arena.
Hey, man.
Paul Orndorff, very vocal.
You know, Phil, anybody who has ever been anybody in this sport in the past 10 years has crossed swords with one or both of these 2 guys. They have met every top wrestler. I have wrestled Ronnie Garvin, I have wrestled as his partner, and I've wrestled against him. That man is like working with one of these big old combines out in the field. It'll whip you to death if you give it enough time. And Orndorff, a well-oiled machine. He was a great athlete as a football player. He's a great athlete as a wrestler. And you're right, it is a main event any place. I said it once, you said it once, and I'm going to say it again.
Ronnie Garvin, we've watched him work over the years, Les. We've also watched Paul Orndorff. Both of them are exponents of the Piledriver, and both of them know how to use it.
Both of them are exponents of mayhem with a capital M. I have seen, in fact, I made the comment to Ronnie Garvin a few years ago, he should have a utility cart to bring to everything that he uses to fight. I've seen him use clubs, I've seen him use ropes, chairs, anything he can get his hands on, and he will do that here tonight. But ultimately, to win this one of these 2 guys has to pile drive his opponent. 20 minutes in a wrestling ring is equal to an hour anyplace else in any other athletic endeavor, believe me.
If you go 30 minutes, you played 4 quarters of football, right?
You really? Yes. And you talk about if you've ever gone an hour in a wrestling match without a bell being rung or without stop. Garvin down. They collide. Both of them hit the deck. Both men are stunned. The referee starts a double count. But no count is of any value, as Mark Curtis shows us. It's got to be a pile driver. It can't be a double disqualification. It can't be a double count out.
You can imagine being hit by a 300 or 400 pound linebacker. Well, you double that. This is what the force were with these two men.
Orndorff, the first man up. He's trying to find his direction. He finds Garvin. And here he goes. He's going to try that pile driver. Look at Garvin. Look at him stretch out. Look at him spread out. Look at him balance. Look at him balance out. Garvin's going to back drop. Orndorff trying to hang on. Gets a handful of trunks. Garvin lets go with a right hand. And P.O. comes out on Arthur.
Well, it's starting to heat up now, as we said it would. Garvin caught Orndorff in the forehead with that fist. Orndorff rolls out of the ring. He's on the apron, now on the floor. Yeah.
This could be, Phil, where it may change tempo. This was the first time that there might be a clear difference in the condition of these two men. Garvin with a chance to shake the cobwebs, and Orndorff definitely stunned by that one. Slowly coming up on the outside of the ring.
Well, he hit the floor here at Freedom Hall Gym like he hit it. He'll take him a couple of minutes to shake them all out.
Garvin moving in now. He needs to maintain his half of the ring if he's going to get the referee to count at all.
Orndorff taking his time walking around the ring. He's trying to get his breath and clear his head there. He was hit hard by Ronnie Garvin, then rolled out of the ring.
Here he comes now. Orndorff ready to continue the battle. Now he's lost the composure a little bit with the fans. Now they've got him a little bit. And Garvin, the antagonist on that, too.
Orndorff taking just a couple of seconds outside the ring to kind of regain his composure after being put outside. Ronnie Garvin ready to go to Fifth City again. He's got his hands doubled up there for a moment.
Orndorff covering up. Garvin moving in low, slapping now. Just antagonizing him. And Garvin is good at that. Look at here. Ronnie Garvin opens up. Hands of stone.
We told you it was going to heat up, and it did.
Paul Orndorff in trouble. You know, at one time, Phil, Ronnie Garvin was the king of East Tennessee. I mean, there was the man that walked taller in this area.
I think a lot of wrestling fans still remember that too, Les.
Yes, I believe so.
You can tell that by the ovation he got when he first came into the ring. Ronnie Garvin is still a fan favorite. And Paul Orndorff looks a little bit perplexed at what's been going on here the last couple of minutes, Les.
Orndorff's taking his time, but you don't rule him out. The fans may at this point. But he's a veteran. He knows what he's doing. He's out there for a reason. It's not fair. It's to get his act together to decide what he's going to do and to get a rest. And as long as Garvin comes across the middle ring and breaks the referee's count, that gives Orndorff those extra added seconds to get it back together.
Ronnie's still moving around the ring. He wants to get it on with Paul Orndorff and get this over. You got to win by a pile driver, though. That you can't. Falls don't count. Pins don't count.
Okay, cautiously now. Watch. Very cautious, Orndorff. And you don't see Garvin rushing in. Although he feels he's got the upper hand, he's smart enough not to rush in on Big Paul.
Mental mistakes could cost you the match right here.
Yes, sir. Let's see what Orndorff's going to do on the break here. The referee threw, but over the top of him, Orndorff throws 2 of them, 3 of them. The left hands. Garvin covering up and blocking for the right side, but he opened up on the left, and Orndorff takes over. Mr. Wonderful with the kicks and the punches, and hands of stone Ronnie Garvin down. And now it's Paul Orndorff with a decided advantage. And when you've got 2 great stars, that's the way it goes. Seesaws back and forth.
Orndorff still dropping the right knee into the midsection of Ronnie Garvin. Ronnie is trying to get his breath. He took a lot of punishment right there. at the hands of Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff.
You know, one of the reasons Ronnie Garvin returned to this area is on the request of Brian Lee.
Right.
Brian had a hard time separating Orndorff and Dirty White Boy, Tony Anthony, and Ronnie Garvin basically came in to help him do just that, separate the two. And of course, this being the offshoot of that particular alliance between Ronnie and primetime Brian Lee.
We'll be seeing the Smoky Mountain Heavyweight Champion primetime Brian Lee a little bit later on right now. The advantage is to Paul Orndorff.
And if you fans are just joining us and you think this is the main event, it is indeed. But we've got more main events coming your way. 2 title matches. The return, the reunion of the Rock and Roll Express, 4-time World Tag Team Champions, Ricky Morton and Robert Gibson, and a great array of stars. But right now, Ronnie Garvin is in trouble, and Orndorff is the man in the driver's seat.
Referee Mark Curtis warning Paul Orndorff, and he drops that elbow right into the midsection of Ronnie Garvin. Garvin's in plenty of trouble right now, Les.
Yes, Orndorff making an adjustment on that knee brace. Let's see. Orndorff is being methodical. He's not. I think I would be, knowing Ronnie Garvin the way I do, I would be down on top of him trying to take every advantage. Paul is being a lot more methodical than I feel that I would be at this particular point.
If he can get that pile driver working with Ronnie in the position he's in right now, he could possibly win this match because Ronnie looks spent.
He's got to weaken him. He's got to make him almost unconscious so that Garvin can't block him. Look here. He stood him up, and Garvin gets his hands around the throat. Not very conventional, not very scientific, but effective.
And Orndorff rakes his fingers against the eyes of Ronnie Garvin. Now catches him with a right into the midsection. Another kick, and Garvin holds on this time.
Garvin with the leg now. Let's see where he's going. He's going to the hands. Hands of stone. Throws that chop. Goes to the rib cage. Look at him throwing the rights and the lefts. Again, that right hand. Orndorff tearing at the eyes, slows him down. Garvin brings him back and drives that knee into the base of the spine. One up alongside the head. And the big man from Canada is opening up.
Ronnie Garvin raking his fingers across the back of Paul Orndorff, and that's gotta hurt.
Another patented Ronnie Garvin move. One of his antagonistic moves. He's chewing on him. Let's see if Orndorff's going to come out again. Nope. Garvin doesn't give him a chance. Drives him head first into that canvas. He's going to get ready to set him up, I think, Phil. Again. And Orndorff in trouble. Garvin choking him down. Trying to take his wind away. Trying to stun him. And if he does, he might go for the pile driver.
Cameraman in my way. I can't see what's happening, Les. So
Paul Orndorff is being choked, and choked well by Ronnie Garvin. Garvin, handful of hair, looking for some response from this packed house here in Freedom Hall. He lowers the boom with that right hand. No pins, Ronnie, no pins. You're going to have to get up and drop him. Garvin pitches him outside. Will he follow him out? He will. And Ronnie Garvin does what he knows best. Takes it to the streets.
We talked about Killer Kyle being a street fighter. Ronnie Garvin could rank right up there with him.
Yes, sir. They call, like I say, they call him the one-man gang. They call him the Hands of Stone. He's also cold as ice. No feeling. Just drop him. Watch him. Watch him. No, Orndorff's blocking him out. Orndorff drops Garvin on the concrete floor.
For a moment there, Les, I thought Ronnie had him.
Boy, if he'd have dropped him out there, we would have been all over. No doubt about it, Phil.
I would have bet that would have ended the match right there. But Garvin was dropped by Orndorff, and Garvin's slow to get up now. He's still laying prone on the concrete floor from where I can see.
And, of course, there'll be no count as long as Orndorff himself is outside. The referee is out there.
Ronnie Garvin and Paul Orndorff outside the ring.
Orndorff hoping to keep him out there, I think.
Right.
But still, you can count to 150, and Orndorff still has to pile drive him to win the match. He may get some satisfaction out of this, but he still can't beat him this way.
Got the microphone cord wrapped around Ronnie Garvin's throat, pulling back. Curtis says, break the hole. Orndorff ignoring him.
He has choked Ronnie Garvin down. Garvin needs to regain his win. Garvin needs to get it back together.
From where we sit, Les, we can't see what's happening, but as Ronnie Garvin melted down and went to the floor, Orndorff had the microphone cord wrapped around his neck, and it was a choking grip he had.
And as best as I can tell, he still got it down there. And again, we're in a standoff here because the referee cannot disqualify him. The match can only be ended by a pile driver. This one could go on till tomorrow.
Orndorff finally breaks it.
Orndorff just picked a cup up, poured the drink out of it, and what's he going to...
Using that as a weapon.
I can't see it, but I'm pretty sure he's going to the eyes.
Orndorff and Ronnie Garvin outside the ring. Wrestling fans on the other side can't see what's happening, but Orndorff did take a Coke cup and raked it across the eyes of Ronnie Garvin.
Flexing those biceps, going into the crab. All this posing ain't going to get it. He's Garvin coming up. And you know, what's happened here on that floor could be like waving a red flag in front of a bull. Because when Ronnie Garvin loses it, he loses it. Garvin blocks it. Garvin blocks it. Watch him. Watch him. And Ronnie Garvin comes roaring back in the Freedom Hall ring. And look out, Paul Orndorff. Ronnie Garvin wants to be number one.
Orndorff stung by those turnbuckle shots, and Ronnie Garvin takes the cord off his neck. He's going right back after Orndorff.
Garvin doesn't have it 100% back, but he's better, and Orndorff is down. Watch the Garvin man. Here again, another patented Ronnie Garvin move. Watch him go all the way around this guy with those kicks.
Garvin goes full circle. Winds up where he started by putting a boot into the head of Paul Orndorff.
Garvin in the driver's seat, and he's loving it. Watch him. Goes for the headbutt, but he just barely caught him in the chest. But that right hand caught him straight on and dropped him like a big oak tree.
This could be it right here.
Look at Orndorff. Spreads him out, kicks the feet back, balances him out. He's trying to bring him up. He's got him using the trunks for leverage. But Orndorff bails out. Garvin gets a handful of trunks. Pin doesn't do it, Ronnie. Gonna have to cut him loose.
We talked about earlier, you can't win by a pin. You've got to win by the pile driver. Garvin has Orndorff right where he wants him now. Hooks the sleeper.
Well, let's look at it this way. If he can put him to sleep, he should be able to do with him what he wants. So if he's got to pile drive him after the sleeper, so be it.
That's the only way this match is going to come to an end, is a pile driver.
We've got two determined athletes, and they're two well-conditioned athletes, two guys who are ready to pull out all the stops and go. And you have seen some great action here in Freedom Hall tonight here on Smoky Mountain Wrestling.
Great wrestling match between two of the best in the business, Paul Orndorff and Ronnie Garvin. Advantage right now, Ronnie Garvin.
You know, if you stacked all the championship belts that these two guys have held together up in the middle of this ring, there wouldn't be room for the wrestlers and the referee.
Well, the fans want Ronnie Garvin to go ahead and put him away.
Let's see if he can get him here. He certainly got him more dazed than his first attempt. Let's see. Orndorff brought the head straight up. He didn't throw a punch, but his head did the work for him. A low blow takes the steam right out of Ronnie Garvin and gives Orndorff a reprieve. He's got a chance to get it back together.
Both men less than 100% right now in the ring. Ronnie Garvin caught the brunt of that attack by Paul Orndorff. Orndorff still trying to get himself together, get to the corner. Now he goes for the top strand left.
Let's see what he's going to do, and can he do it? Oh, yes, he caught him. And almost lost his own balance, staggered back into the corner, but Garvin down. Garvin in trouble now. Orndorff back in command.
This could be all for the hands of Stone. And now he takes that knee pad off and drops the knee into the forehead of Ronnie Garvin.
Gets him a good shot with the knee. But Paul having a hard time coming back up himself. He is tired. Both these men have put up one major battle. They are both beaten down.
There goes the elbow into the forehead of Ronnie Garvin. Adding insult to injury with that.
Orndorff, what's he going to do now? Going to the top rope. Going up the skyscraper. Let's see what he can do. He catches him again. Garvin trying to stay on his feet. Staggers into the corner. All that's holding him up now is that second strand of ropes.
I don't know if Orndorff has enough strength to get the pile driver.
I was going to say, if he's going to do it, now's the time.
Right.
Look at Garvin crawling out to meet him. Garvin can't stand up, and yet he's going back into the middle of this thing.
Shoelaces across the eyes. Now that shot to the midsection again, and Garvin taking the brunt of Paul Orndorff's punishment.
It has seesawed back and forth, both men, and at this point, it could go either way. We could see the end of this in 30 seconds or 30 days, Phil, and it could just hinge on one man's mistake. Let's see. Can Orndorff get it? He's got, oh! Down goes the referee. Garvin rolls up to pin him, but of course we can count 2, 3, 4. Doesn't matter. Pins aren't going to count. Referee Mark Curtis is in trouble. He can't get up. Orndorff goes for the pile driver. Can he get it? Garvin blocking him out. Orndorff over the top. But he didn't go down. He's got something out of his trunks. What's going to happen? Garvin trying to get the referee up. Garvin doesn't know Orndorff's up. He figures he's on the floor. Watch it, Ronnie. Boom. And like a big oak tree, down goes Ronnie Garvin. Paul Orndorff could have it all his way now. Phil, if Ronnie doesn't get up, Orndorff no doubt can pile drive him. I mean, he dropped him like he...
Right now he's concerned with the referee, so the referee can be able to count Garvin out. Maybe he's wasting too much time, Lynch. He says he's going with the pile driver, wants referee Mark Curtis to witness it.
The referee trying to get the cobwebs out. Orndorff says he has pile driving.
Is Garvin playing possum? That's what I want to know. Who knows?
He's got plenty of time. No, Curtis calls for the bell. Curtis calls for the bell.
What's going on here? I missed it.
Wait a minute. Danny Davis runs in. He's telling the referee that Orndorff did not pile drive him.
Well, you can't make a call, Mark, if you can't see it. Danny Davis came in to...
That's right, Curtis.
Ronnie Garvin trying to...
Whoa! Orndorff drops Davis. Garvin's coming up. Watch out. Pile driver this time, but this won't count. Danny's not in this match. Whoa! I mean, he lowered the boom on Double D. Ronnie Garvin still hasn't come to his feet, boy. Whatever Orndorff hit him with, he hit him a lick. Orndorff comes out, pulls a chair out from under Phil Rainey, and what's he going to do? He's going to drop him on the chair. He's going to drop him on the chair. Orndorff said, I'm going to do it now, Phil.
Ronnie still... Well, we'll take the chair back anyway. Referee Mark Curtis gave us our chair back. Let's see if Orndorff looks for the chair. The side. Hey,
Garvin! Garvin back in this one. And he waited too long. Ronnie Garvin is all the way back. Look out, East Tennessee.
Gave Ronnie Garvin just enough time to get his win back.
The match is awarded to Ronnie Garvin.
Wrestling fans, we're here in the dressing room with the Hands of Stone, Ronnie Garvin.
Well, nothing has been accomplished, and I'm going to tell you, I feel like a man that's spinning his wheel, saying for nothing. Well, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to get you somewhere. I'm going to drop you on that skull of yours, because I know it ain't that thick, and I know it's empty underneath it, and I'm going to splash it on the concrete if I have to, but I'm going to tell you, I'm the master of the Piledriver. I don't need to use blackjack or whatever, brass knucks that you pull out of your tights, and I'm going to tell you, I'm still coming your way, Jack.
It's like a